Overseas Indonesians, people of Indonesian origin who live outside Indonesia. This term applies to people of Indonesian birth and descent who are citizens or residents of temporary status. History. Many Indonesians go abroad as students or laborers. Most of them settle in Malaysia, UAE, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Netherlands, United States, and Australia. Indonesians worldwide. Malaysia, an estimated 2,500,000 Indonesian citizens are in Malaysia at any given time. Due to a constant migration since the age of antiquity from Sumatra, Java, Kalimantan and Celebes, the number of Malaysians with some Indonesian ancestry may be up to millions more. United Arab Emirates, Qatar. There are about 39,000 Indonesian citizens in the state of Qatar according to the Indonesian Embassy. Singapore. According to the Indonesian Embassy in Singapore, as of 2010 there are 180,000 Indonesian citizens in Singapore. As much as 80,000 work as domestic helpers, TKI 10,000 as sailors, and the rest are either students or professionals. But the number can be higher as registering one's residence is not compulsory for Indonesians, putting the number to around 200,000 people. Singaporean citizens of Indonesian descent make the bulk of the Malay population in Singapore. Netherlands. Indonesia was the colony of the Netherlands. In the early 20th century, many Indonesian students studied in the Netherlands. Most of them lived in Leiden and were active in the Perhimpunan Indonesia. During the Indonesian National Revolution, many Moluccans and Indo people of mixed Dutch and Indonesian ancestry migrated to the Netherlands. Most of them were ex-KNIL Army. In this way around 12,500 persons were settled in the Netherlands. Giovanni van Bronckhorst, Denny Lanzaert, Roy Mackay, Mia Ordena, and Daniel Sahulaka are notable people of Indonesian ancestry from the Netherlands. United Kingdom. United States. In the United States, most Indonesians are students and professionals. Boston University and Harvard University are examples of favorite universities for Indonesians. In the Silicon Valley region of Northern California, there are many professional Indonesian American engineers in the high-tech industry that are employed in companies such as Cisco Systems, KLA Tenco, Google, Yahoo, Sun Microsystems, and IBM. Sehat Sutardja, CEO of Marvell Technology Group, is one of the successful Indonesian professionals in USA. In April 2011, the Special English Service of Voice of America reported on a push for American universities to get more Indonesians to study in America as part of reaching out fast-growing economies like Indonesia in order to compete with students-preferred universities in Australia, Singapore and Malaysia. Saudi Arabia. Most of Indonesians in Saudi Arabia are female domestic workers, with a minority of other types of labor migrants and students. Most of the Santri extension studied in Saudi, as well as Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Australia. Before Dutch and British sailors arrived in Australia, Indonesians from southern Sulawesi have explored the Australian northern coast. Each year, the Bugis sailors would sail down on the northwestern monsoon in the wooden Pini Sea. They would stay in Australia for several months to trade and take dry palm before returning to Makassar on the dry season offshore winds. These trading voyages continued until 1907. Suriname. The Indonesian people, mainly Javanese, make up 15% of the population of Suriname. In the 19th century, the Dutch sent the Javanese to Suriname as contract workers in plantations. The most famous person of Indonesian descent is Paul Somoharjo as the Speaker of the National Assembly of Suriname. Japan. In 2013, approximately 20,000 Indonesians living in Japan Japan, including about 3,000 illegal Indonesians. These numbers dropped from the previous years because of various reasons. Reasons include the high cost of living in Japan and the difficulties to find jobs in Japan.